Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Monday, September 11th, 2017, and here are some of today's trends in the news. September 11th. Oh yeah, 16 years ago, 9/11. But you wouldn't know it today. Nope. Even though the longest war in American history was started shortly after that, the war on terror that began in Afghanistan, barely a mention of it. Hardly find it. That's right. Take a look at the toilet paper record. One of the great propaganda pieces of toilet paper that sold us the war. Nothing. So I figured maybe they did an editorial on it. Oh, and they did. 9/11, finding answers in ashes. What could that be about? Recent scientific advances, including what she described as bone extraction techniques, made it possible to identify the 161st victim. That was it. They identified a victim through the ashes. Nothing about the war. Nothing. Hey, how about the Cartoon News Network? That's right, you remember them selling us the war. Hey, check out their page. Yeah, take a look at it. Irma's path of destruction. Lights out, gas shortage, eerie effects, Florida Keys. CNN exclusive. Navy ships in deadly collisions. Had dismal training records. Yeah, dismal training records. Just like the rest of the military. Dismal winning records. You cats haven't won anything. Nope. Just keep fighting and just keep losing. But let's just keep going. Here's a 9/11 story. Fox host compares 9/11 memorial to Confederate monuments. Nothing about anything. Wait, maybe the next one. Bannon, firing FBI Comey was worst mistake in modern political history. More about Bannon. Analysis, the 48 most revealing lines of Bannon's 60-minute interview. Why would any intelligent person give a damn about this? 9/11. The whole nation changed. The war on terror. Isn't it fun to fly now? Yeah, with the morons from Homeland Security feeling you up, all those old ladies and little kids. Oh yeah, let's hear it for them, huh? I remember when flying was fun. Hate to do it anymore. Nothing here. North Korea threatens, quote, pain and suffering ahead of UN sanctions vote. Keeps going on. John McCain, Clinton. I felt like I'd let everyone down. When are they going to stop playing the crying Clinton? You lost. You lost because people can't stand you. Could you swallow that? And look at the facts. We wrote about them in the TrendsJournal. How many millions less women went out to vote for her than Obama? And she calls it misogynist stuff. Even the women don't like you. Capisce? No, you can't handle that because you're a sociopath. But that's the news. But let's go on. New York Times doesn't have anything. CNN doesn't have anything. Wall Street Journal has nothing. How about USA Today? Nope, won't find anything there either. Go to the page. Here they are. USA Today, no joke. Another hurricane could bear down on eastern U.S. Insecure, that's in quotes, finale gives season, quote, hella perspective. That's in another quote. Equifax fails after announcing enormous breach. Irma, where it is now and what we know. Hey, here's a big one that everybody needs to know. Nothing about Afghanistan. This is more important. NHL Players Survey. Expansion should go here next. Dow jumps 250 points as Irma, North Korea, fears fade. Mom kept toddlers in makeshift cages, police say. Why you shouldn't buy your iPhone 8 from a carrier. Why you should really stay stupid and believe all the crap that they shovel to you. A disgrace. Nothing. Nothing. No 9/11. So this is from little Chucky Schumer, who was senator at the time. Dear fellow Americans, he writes, and he goes on to say, as an American, make no mistake about it, we are in a new America, a new world. We're now in a new era of conflict. Seems like everybody forgot about it, Chucky. There are forces who are against us. Wonder why, Jack? Hey, couldn't be Bill Clinton and George Bush before him, huh, the old man? Yeah, he loved it. He did a beautiful job in Iraq. How about that Bosnian war, the Yugoslav? Remember the Yugoslav war? Yeah, remember that one? Oh, how about Clinton bombing Iraq every 3 days? How about the 500,000 children when Clinton was president in Iraq that died from the sanctions he put on? No, that had nothing to do with it. And it couldn't be America's policy toward Israel. No, that has anything, because, hey, God gave him that land, and Chucky would know. All right? There are forces who are against us, and they are in many corners of the world because America murders people in many corners of the world. You ready for this? This is the pure
that was bullshit
line that everybody swallowed, and they keep swallowing it as it shot out of Chucky's mouth. But before him, George the murderer Bush. You know why they attacked us on 9/11? They hate us for our freedom. Well, they made sure that that's not happening anymore because they're watching our every move. Again, the freaks that feel you up at the airport. Hey, that old lady in a wheelchair? She probably got a bomb in that bag. Yeah. And that little girl? Oh, yeah, get her too. She may be an underpants bomber. Just more BS, that's all that one was. What freedom? They listen to everything we do. They watch everything we do, and they hear everything we do. So I guess nobody will attack us anymore, Chucky, because jerks like you rob us of our freedom. They're against the very progress that we have made. We are a resilient nation. We don't take anything on our knees. Yes, we do, man. It's all those Democrats and Republicans. The people that vote for a man, they do it on their knees. They lick up to you guys because anybody with a conscience wouldn't vote for murderers and thieves. We're not going to take this. Could you imagine little Chucky Schumer saying, we're not going to take this? Go on there, Chucky. Go lead the charge. Show them how to do it. I assure the enemies of America, the enemies of freedom, the enemies of progress of that. Not a very good sentence of that. It goes on. And in case you forgot, folks, how they folked us with this. This is George Bush, President Bush. Bush also called bin Laden, quote, a prime suspect. If he thinks he can hide from the United States and our allies, he will be sorely mistaken. Hey, guess he wasn't mistaken. Cat hid for a long time. Matter of fact, he may have been dead even when Obama said, we brought him to justice. That's how sick it's become with Schumers and Bushes and Obamas and Clinton. When you kill someone, that's bringing them to justice. Psychopaths equal murdering people, justice. But you know what happened to bin Laden. We threw him in the ocean because we followed their religious beliefs. Yeah, and if you believe that one, maybe Chucky got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. And of course, bin Laden denied that he ever did it. But those are only the facts. And that other little lowlife of a human being, little Colin Powell. Yes, remember, crap flows through the colon and out of his mouth. He was going to provide us with proof that bin Laden did it, but no proof. And now there's reports coming out that the Saudis were training people to do this. And after all, 15 of the alleged attackers out of the 19 were Saudis. So why did we go into Afghanistan? They was hiding bin Laden over there. So we're going to destroy the whole country, occupy it, and murder anybody in our way. So if Americans committed an act of war against Russia and hit the Kremlin or whatever, that would be a good reason for the Americans that were hiding here, for Russia or China, if they did it to China, to invade the United States. And again, the facts are there. We wrote about them. The Taliban were willing to hand over bin Laden, but not on our terms. Yep. And the morons keep buying the wars. The media that sold it to us, ignore it. Florida suffers huge devastation as Hurricane Irma strikes. Front page of Financial Times. Caribbean death toll reaches 25. 25? That's nothing. The Americans just murdered 25 people in Mosul in the last maybe 8 hours. 25. Doesn't add up to anything. The millions that the Americans have killed around the globe since 9/11. What are 25 dead Caribbeans? And there's hurricane coverage. Hurricane 300 miles wide, barrels into South Florida. Yep. And these little jerks. Ooh, the wind blowing. Oh, the trees come, and the sign's down, and the cranes are spinning. Oh, and the rain's coming. Hour after hour of watching these little morons in the wind. That's how low America's sunk. But not a word about the murder, the ongoing Afghan war, the longest in American history, with no end in sight, and Trump has now increased it by putting more troops in there and more money. No end in sight and no talk about it. So the markets went up today because the hurricanes weren't as bad as they were going to be, and Korean tensions are kind of easing out a little bit. And gold prices went down for those reasons. Remember I told you that we see it as trend forecasters, and you know the motto, think for yourself. Gold is not going to sustain itself on a geopolitical confrontation like North Korea unless it becomes real. And we don't see it becoming real with North Korea. It has to be between two major nations. So gold prices went down. Oil prices went up a little bit because they're getting back to refining product again. Nothing really new. But in the long term, there's still too much supply and not enough demand of oil. And here's an important story. Fewer Americans value a college degree. You mean a college degree in worthlessness that puts you in massive debt as a young kid? I wonder why they don't want a college degree. Again, if you're going to become a physician, an engineer, something that you need the knowledge of the how-to do it, then you could use it. But to become a history major, gender studies, don't think you need a college degree. Netanyahu's wife set to be charged. Yep, Israel's Attorney General said that he plans to indict Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's wife on charges of misusing public funds. Yep, you watch what happens. The more pressure that keeps hitting on Netanyahu, the louder the war drums are going to beat against Syria and Iran. And they're beating now. And if you can't hear them, you're listening to the mainstream news as they're still talking about a hurricane. I saw on the Cartoon News Network, I only flash this stuff on quick, a woman in this place in Florida showing a picture of a tree that fell and making a big deal out of it. I'm getting out of the car now to go look closer at the tree. Facebook disclosure on Russian ads sparks a debate. A nothing story of no consequence and no proof keeps selling the Russian hate. And in the next Trends Journal, you're going to see a big story about this. Facebook briefed congressional staffers on the findings of its internal analysis. A company spokesman said it wouldn't share the ads purchased by Russian actors due to the federal law and the fact that the investigations are ongoing with the relevant authorities. Authorities, a bunch of jerks. What facts? They spent, what, $100,000? What did they spend? $4 billion? These clowns running in the presidential reality show, billions of dollars. And they say that between $50,000 and $100,000 was spent on ads. They didn't support anybody, but what they said was, could have swayed the election. Yeah, right. Clinton on book tour revisits 2016 loss. Hillary Clinton said on Sunday to describe the lingering pains of being, quote, gobsmacked after losing the presidency 10 months ago. Gobsmacked? And they cover this, a major story in the Wall Street Journal. Gobsmacked? 10 months ago, and we're still hearing about it. I lost it. She's making money selling a book. Capiche? I think I'm good, but that doesn't mean that I'm complacent or resolved about what happened. I could care how you feel. It's still very painful. It hurts a lot. Yeah, no kidding. You can't shut up about it. And the morons in the media keep promoting your crap. Hillary, get it straight. People didn't vote for you because you're a disgusting human being. And they dislike you just like they dislike your old man. You get that? No. Clinton subscribed to defeat as, quote, a perfect storm of white voters, grievances, broader misogyny among the electorate. White voters. Hey, guess what? As many male voters voted in this election as the last one that voted for Mitt Romney. That's right, Hillary. But those are only facts. Here's some more facts. From your Trends Journal, fall 2016, right after the election. Only facts that the media ignores and they allow to spew out of Hillary's poisonous mouth. I say poisonous because she starts wars with them and murder. Yes, you remember, Gaddafi has to go, Assad has to go, loved Afghanistan, a war criminal. Anyway, in your Trends Journal, history before it happens, the facts, not the propaganda. Hillary Clinton received 2 million fewer votes from women than Obama did in 2012. More importantly, just 30% of eligible women cast their ballots for Clinton because the women don't like you either. Has nothing to do with misogyny. They hate you because you're a disgusting human being. And some 2 million black voters who cast ballots for Obama in 2012 did not cast ballots for Clinton. You know why? Because old man Clinton passed those laws, 3 strikes are out, and filled the penitentiaries with mostly minorities. And they remember. And overall, Clinton received about 10 million fewer votes than candidate Obama did when he first ran in 2008. As reported by the World Socialist website, quote, as a percentage of votes cast, all racial groups swung toward the Republican candidate in 2016 compared to 2012. Lying little loser Hillary, or excuse me, I must be proper, Hitlery. However, white voters showed the lowest swing to the Republicans, 1%, compared with African Americans, 7 percentage points, Latinos, 8 percentage points, and Asians, 11 percentage points. That's right. They went Republican because they can't stand you. And either can I. Go away. You're a loser. You're a loser. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.